guys, Jennifer here, and welcome to a very special edition of Bunches of Lunches. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking 10 of my most favorite lunches from 2021. Now, this has become kind of a tradition on this channel ever since I started sharing lunch ideas back in 2017. And yes, that seems like forever ago. Over the years, I've shared at least 1,000 different lunch ideas on this channel, and over that time, my lunch style has definitely evolved. Now, I know that a lot of you subscribed to this channel somewhere along the way, and I want to thank you so much for watching and continuing to watch. I really appreciate you guys so much. For this 2021 ranking, I'm going to include themed lunches, holiday lunches, birthday lunches, traveling lunches, and of course, subscriber lunches as well. I'm going to rank these lunches from least favorite to most favorite, and for each lunch, I'm going to give a little backstory about what was happening at the time and why I made each lunch. But before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button if you're new, and now let's get on to the lunches. Starting off with number 10, the Painted Rainbow. Now, this lunch was part of an entire week of rainbow and St. Patrick's Day themed lunches, and I especially like this lunch because it's fun for artists of all ages. Okay guys, next up I'm going to be making my daughter Lily's lunch, and she's actually going to jump in here and help me make her special sandwich. This is going to be a really fun edible art activity. My daughter Lily is such the little artist, so she is going to love this. Now, I know this sounds weird, but stick with me here. I'm gonna start by adding just a couple of teaspoons of milk to my little paint palette right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add just a couple of drops of food coloring to each little section. I'm going to be making a red, a yellow, a green, a blue, a purple, and a pink. Now I'm going to go ahead and give these a mix, and I'm going to try my best not to spill these paints. And you guys, for this project, we're going to also be using some brand new, never used before paintbrushes. So now basically all you have to do is go ahead and paint directly onto your sandwich bread. And since this is a St. Patrick's themed lunch, we are of course going for a rainbow design. I'm gonna do one, and then Lily's gonna do one. Now, I really think the trick here is not to oversaturate the bread with the paint, otherwise it's gonna get super soggy. But this actually works really well. This is such a fun activity. This is something that as we were doing it, Lily asked if we could do again. She absolutely loved it. Okay guys, now the key at this point is to not eat the sandwich just as it is. Of course, the bread is a little bit soggy because we added all the food coloring on there. So what you have to do is actually stick this in the oven at 350 for about 5 to 10 minutes just to sort of dry out the bread a bit. Now you guys, I'm using this bread to go ahead and make Lily her favorite PB&J, which right now is chunky peanut butter and pineapple jam. To go along with this sandwich, I also created these really fun skewers. This is a combination of a green grape, a mini marshmallow, and a segment of mandarin orange. I put these on some really cute shamrock food picks. And of course, these colors are to represent the Irish flag. For Lily's vegetable today, I'm adding a combination of cucumber and carrots. Now for the cucumber, I'm keeping those as really big slices. And then for the carrot, I went ahead and used my mini alphabet vegetable cutters to punch out the letters to spell out Irish. Over in the front section of our lunch tray, I'm also going to be giving Lily some of this lime yogurt. This already has a really pretty green color, so it's perfect for this lunch. I'm just going to add a little bit on the side over here. And to make it look extra special, I'm also going to add just a few St. Patrick's Day sprinkles to the top and decorate with a shamrock. And now last but not least, for Lily's sweet treat, I thought it would be really fun to go ahead and put some gold at the end of her rainbow. And by gold, I mean these chocolate gold coins. And I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck them all over her plate, kind of like a fun surprise. And there you have it guys, that is everything in Lily's lunch.
Oh, you're gonna pour it. I put that butter right there in the burner. Thank you.
It'll be fine.
Next up, number 9, the beach bowl. Now, this lunch made the list because it's really different than most lunches I make. This one was a subscriber requested lunch, and it was part of an entire week of summer-themed lunches from Florida. Okay guys, now this first lunch idea was sent in by Anna. Anna is from Florida, just like me. And you guys, I really love Anna's summer lunch idea because it's quick and easy and you don't even have to cook anything. So starting with Anna's main course first, she requested a yogurt bowl, which is a lot like a smoothie bowl but a lot faster because you don't have to blend it. For Anna's lunch, I'm going to use this vanilla and honey Greek yogurt. This one is super thick and creamy, and I do like that there's already a vanilla and honey flavor to it, so it's not super sour either. After all, these lunch ideas were sent in by my subscribers, but it's my kids that are actually going to be eating these lunches, so I want to make sure it's something that I know my kids will eat too. Now you guys, as you can see, I've added some of this natural blue food coloring to this yogurt and I'm just mixing it all up. Now you guys, the reason I wanted to make this yogurt blue is because since we're going with a summer and a beach theme, I want this yogurt to kind of look like the water at the beach. I'm going to go ahead and add most of this yogurt directly to the bowl. And then you guys, to go along with this, Anna also requested some vanilla granola. This granola is pretty basic, but it is definitely delicious. And the best part is that it's the perfect color and texture to look like sand in this beachy summer themed bowl. Now I didn't dye all of the yogurt blue. I did leave some out, and that's because I want to add a little bit of white in here as well. And that's supposed to look like the waves crashing on the beach. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to fill in the rest of the bowl with the remaining blue yogurt, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some decorations. Now you guys, I get asked about my decorations all the time. I usually either use bento specific accessories, or I also like to add cupcake rings. Now these don't really serve a purpose, they're just to make the lunch look more fun and colorful. Okay guys, so now that Anna's super cute main course is done, I'm going to move on to her fruit and her veggie. And you guys, I can tell that Anna must really like fruit because in her lunch she requested both blueberries, pineapple, and honeydew. For her vegetable, Anna requested celery, and to go along with the celery, I've also added a little bit of hummus, perfect for dipping. And then you guys, for Anna's sweet treat, she requested a mini cupcake. Now I definitely could make these from scratch, but all of these lunches are about being quick and easy. So I just bought these already made from Target and I've added my own sprinkles to the top. For Anna's snack, she requested original Pringles. I found this cute little can and I'm going to put it right on the side. And now to complete Anna's lunch, I'm just going to be adding in a lemonade, which is like the perfect drink for summer. Now my official taste tester for this lunch is going to be Miss Lily, and afterwards she's going to tell us what her favorite part was. Okay Lily, are you ready to see?
Yeah!
Come see!
Whoa, that's really cool. It's like ocean themed.
And it's just yogurt and granola.
Ooh, that's cool.
1 hour later.
My favorite part of the lunch was the yogurt.
Number 8 is a lunch that I didn't actually make myself, but was a traveling lunch, and it has quite the backstory. In 2021, we didn't do a ton of traveling, but one big trip that we did go on included a week in Utah, followed by a week in Arizona to attend a YouTuber conference. Now, while we were in Utah, we stayed at a cute little Airbnb in Park City, and for lunch each day, we got takeout from some of our favorite places, the ones we can't get here in Florida, and we took our lunches to different parks each day for a picnic. Okay, so for today we went to a restaurant called Cafe Rio, which is very popular here in Utah and you cannot find in Florida. I'm thinking it's considered Tex-Mex food, but for the kids we went ahead and just got the quesadilla kids meal. 2 of these have just cheese and 2 of them also have the shredded pork filling. All of the kids meals also came with some beans and some chips. It looks really good. To go along with that, we also got some queso, some extra salsa, and some guacamole, a big bag of chips. We still have our fruit platter, some of it is left. And then for our drink, we got some horchata. And I can't forget our salad. This is for my husband and I. It is so big. This is definitely Cafe Rio's #1 seller. It's a big salad with a sweet pork inside. It is so good. So today we are at a park called Neptune Park, and it's located in a town called Saratoga Springs. Now, I would say the unique thing about this park is the ginormous and kind of scary pyramid-shaped climbing structure. This thing is about 25 feet tall, and this park also has other very interesting climbing structures, and it also has a hanging teeter-totter, which the kids love. Number 7, the Ladybug. And you guys, the real reason that this lunch made it onto my list is definitely because of the treat, but more on that later. All the lunches of this week were really fun and were all birthday lunch ideas sent in by subscribers.
This lunch is for Crystal from Texas.
And you guys, for this lunch, we're going with a Ladybug theme. So starting with Crystal's main course first. She requested a grilled cheese sandwich. So for this, I've got my bread, I've got my butter, and I've got 2 different kinds of cheese. Now these days, my favorite way to make a grilled cheese sandwich is to actually stick it in my panini press. That way it cooks both sides at the same time and I don't have to flip it over. And I love the lines that it makes in the bread when I cook it one way, then I turn it halfway through the cooking. Just be careful, you guys. I think that flattening out the sandwich made it a little bit bigger, so I'm kind of having to shove it in the lunchbox to make it fit. So now the grilled cheese sandwich is done, but it's not really looking like a ladybug yet. For this, I'm going to start by taking a tomato, and from this tomato, I'm just going to be needing 1 slice. Next, I'm going to be needing some olives. I'm going to use the biggest olive I can find to be the ladybug's head. And then for the spots on the ladybug, I'm going to go ahead and add a few more slices of olive. And for the ladybug's eyes, I'm going to be adding a little bit of cream cheese. Next, I'm going to cut just a little hole on top where I can add in some chives. Now this would be cute just like this, but since I have quite the collection of googly eye sprinkles, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of those as well. Now moving on to Crystal's fruit. She requested watermelon, and to make the watermelon extra cute, I'm going to cut it into a couple of different flower shapes. And I'm going to be adding in plenty of these cute little food picks as well. For Crystal's veggie, I'm going to be adding in some baby carrots. And to go with the carrots, I'm going to be adding plenty of ranch right in the center. For Crystal's snack, I'm going to be throwing in some of these poppable potato chips, and these are actually in the barbecue flavor. And then you guys, for Crystal's sweet treat, she requested some black and red macarons. Now, I was able to find this pack at Target. It comes with pistachio, salted caramel, and red velvet, which is going to be perfect for this lunch. And to make these look even more like a ladybug, I'm going to go ahead and get out my black food writer pen, and I'm going to try my best to draw directly on the macaron so that they look like a ladybug. And now, last but not least, to complete Crystal's birthday lunch, she requested a fruit punch, and I decided to go with this really fun Kool-Aid version. These come with the twist top bottle tops, which are really fun and totally remind me of when I was a kid. And now you guys, since this lunch has tomatoes, I'm going to be giving this to my son Jackson to eat because he loves tomatoes. Number 6, the Isabelle Crossing. For this week of lunches, I made a special themed lunch for each one of my kids, and it was the 4th of July week. So, of course, I also included a red, white, and blue themed lunch, but my favorite would definitely have to be the lunch I made for Mackenzie, who is a big fan of Animal Crossing. Now, I'm kicking things off with a lunch for my oldest daughter, Mackenzie, who really loves Animal Crossing. So, I'm going to start by making her an Isabelle-themed sandwich. Now, because I couldn't find an actual Animal Crossing-themed sandwich cutter, my husband made me one with his 3D printer. This is going to be a smoked turkey and cream cheese sandwich, and as I'm putting this together, I'm going to be answering question number 1. And the first question is all about what I'm going to do when my kids get older and they don't want to have cute lunches anymore. And you guys, this answer is actually pretty easy because yes, I do enjoy making fun lunches for my kids, but I also enjoy making fun lunches just for myself. So I'd probably still make fun lunches just for me, or I would make them just to share on this YouTube channel because it's something that I'm really passionate about and I enjoy doing. Okay guys, so now that this super cute Isabelle sandwich is done, I'm going to go ahead and add in some fruits and veggies. For Mackenzie's fruit, I'm going to be adding in plenty of these cotton candy flavored grapes. Now, if you haven't tried these, you guys, you definitely should. They really do taste like cotton candy, and all of my kids love them. Now, since we're going with sort of an Animal Crossing theme, I'm also going to add in some little animal food pics in here. I decided to go with the Neko, which means cat, and this cute little lion one as well. Now, for Mackenzie's veggies, I'm going to take a combination of cucumbers and carrots. And in both of these, I'm going to punch out a star shape, and then I'm going to swap the centers so that they look like this, which kind of reminds me of an Animal Crossing coin. Next, I'm adding in some ranch to go along with the veggies. Now you guys, that brings me to a very special snack, treat, and drink for Mackenzie, and I'm going to get all of them from this Tokyo treat box. Now you guys, this video is not sponsored in any way. I just really love these snack subscription boxes. Over this last year, my kids and I have subscribed to the Universal Yum boxes, and those are really fun because every month we get snacks from all over the world. We usually sit down and watch a YouTube video about that country, and then we share all of the snacks from that country. It's really fun. But you guys know I love Japan, so now I'm actually subscribed to this box, which is full of just Japanese snacks and treats. And of course, that brings me to my next question that I actually get quite a lot, and that is, why was I in Japan? Now, I know I've answered this a couple of times before, but it's been a while, and I know some of you might be new here. So basically, I've been to Japan several different times. I did 3 different homestay programs where I actually lived with a Japanese family. And then the last few times I was there, I actually attended a university in northern Japan. And while I was there, I was able to do an internship program where I was learning how to teach English to kindergartners. It was super fun, and I can't wait to go back to Japan someday because it's been a while. And now back to Mackenzie's lunch. For her snack, I decided to add in these German potato salad flavored breadsticks. Now these are kind of like a savory version of Pocky, if you've ever tried Pocky before. And then for her sweet treat, I'm going to be adding in some special summer flavored Kit Kat bars. And these are actually a peach parfait flavor. Now I do want to go ahead and open up one of these so that you guys can see what they look like. They are nice and small, and they come in this really pretty pink color. And you guys, I give them a thumbs up. They're pretty tasty. And now to complete Mackenzie's lunch, I'm also going to throw in the special drink that came in this box, and it's also peach flavored. And there we have it, guys. That is everything in Mackenzie's lunch.
My favorite was the Isabelle sandwich.
Number 5, Team C's. Now this video is really different because it only has 2 lunches, and it was also for a very good cause. Okay guys, so next up is lunch idea number 2, and for this lunch I'm gonna start by making a yogurt cup. I'm gonna go ahead and add this blueberry yogurt to my bowl, and then using some oranges, I'm going to create a little fish. And you guys, speaking of oranges and fruit and veggies in general, my next tip to reduce waste when it comes to packing lunches is to use a mesh produce bag when buying your fruits and veggies if you can. Many grocery stores will provide single-use bags like these for your fruits and veggies, but if you get yourself some mesh ones, not only can you reuse them over and over, but you're also saving on plastic. You do have to remember to bring them with you to the store, which is sometimes a challenge. That also brings me to tip number 5, which is to bring your own reusable shopping bag to the store as well. More and more stores these days are actually starting to charge for their plastic bags anyway, so bringing your own not only saves on plastic, but it can also save you money. So now back to our fish yogurt bowl. I'm going to add an eye in here, some blueberries for the bubbles. I'm also going to be adding some kiwi in here as well. And I think this turned out super cute. Now to go along with this, I'm also going to add in more kiwi and more of those blueberries on the side. And to the blueberries, I'm also going to be adding these cute little reusable bento picks to spell out the word C. Now in this back section of the lunchbox, I'm going to be adding some carrot stuffed cucumbers. I love making these. It's such an easy, fun way to add theming to your lunchbox. Now for some added protein in this lunch, I'm also going to be adding a hard-boiled egg, but after I hard-boiled it, I added it to this egg mold, which is supposed to look like a fish. Next to that, I'm adding in some goldfish crackers, and then for a very special sweet treat, I'm going to be adding just a couple of the mini Swedish fish. Now you guys, that is everything in this lunch. I'm going to go ahead and close it up, and then I can tell you more about Team C's. Number 4, the Out of This World lunch. Now during this week of lunches, I did make a special themed lunch for each kid, but each of these lunches also included a fun learning activity for each kid. I'm kicking things off with a lunch for my son, Griffin. For his lunch, I'm going with a space theme because this month, Griffin's Kiwi Crate is also space themed. These activities are perfect for his level, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this to him to work on while I'm putting together his lunch. For Griffin's main course, I'm going to be making him a cheese sandwich. You guys already know that Griffin always asks for a cheese sandwich, but this time I'm going to make the sandwich look like a planet. Well, I'm gonna try to make it look like a planet. So now that I have the bread cut out, I'm going to do a little bit of milk painting. Now I do have a separate video on this if you want more information about milk painting, but basically it is a really fun activity to do with kids of all ages, and even big kids like me enjoy doing it. For this planet sandwich, I'm just mixing a bit of food coloring in with some milk, and then with new brushes, I'm painting directly on the bread. Now the trick here is to not add too much. You don't want the bread to be completely soggy. You don't want it to disintegrate. And check it out, you guys. I think this pretty much looks like a planet. Which planet? I'm not exactly sure. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add the cheese. First, a circle of cheddar cheese, followed by a circle of Havarti cheese. Now, I'm just gonna take this entire tray and I'm going to pop it in the oven at 350 for just a few minutes. Now, I'm really gonna keep my eye on these as well because I really just want the cheese to melt and I want all of the bread to be toasted a bit. To Griffin's lunch, I'm also going to be adding some orange slices. And keeping with our space theme, I'm going to cut these into little half moon shapes. Also in here, I'm adding some carrot stuffed cucumbers. Followed by some sun chips. Now, I'm not exactly sure why these are called sun chips because they don't look anything like a sun to me, but they are really tasty, and I'm just going to be putting a few right over here. Next, I found these guys at Target. This is actually called moon cheese, so perfect for a space-themed lunch. Then you guys, for a very special treat, I'm going to be adding some cosmic brownies. Well, half a cosmic brownie, that is. I definitely think that is plenty. Last but not least, I'm also going to be packing some water for Griffin's drink. Okay, you guys, so here is my project. Number 3, a lunch for me with a twist. Okay guys, so that just leaves my lunch. Now I don't normally show my lunch very much on this channel, but like I said, since I just got a new lunchbox, I thought I would go ahead and show that to you. Hashtag, this is not sponsored, but I love this lunchbox because it is a great size. It's very sturdy, it has a handle, it closes really tight. On the top here, you have a space for your utensils, and inside the lunchbox, it actually comes with 2 separate snack containers, a cute little ice pack. It also has a really useful divider, just like the kids' lunchboxes have. And then my favorite part is, of course, the thermos, because you could put either hot or cold things in here and they'll last for a long time. Now you guys, I'm keeping my lunch super simple here. For my main course, I'm just going to be having some good old chicken noodle soup. For my fruit, I'm adding in a banana. Bananas are such good sources of potassium, so I'm happy to have that. To go along with my soup, I'm going to be adding in just 1 little tiny croissant. For my veggies, I'm going to add a combination of cucumber slices and carrot slices. And then you guys, for my special treat, I'm gonna go and have some of the berry yogurt as well. But before I add it into my lunchbox, I'm going to remove the lid and add some granola in here as well. I love granola on top of my yogurt. It is so good. And there you have it, friends. I really hope that you enjoyed this April Fool's lunch video today. Number 2, the Fidgety Waffle. Now, this was another super fun subscriber requested lunch, and really all the lunches this week came out super interesting and creative. It was hard to pick my favorite one from this week because they were all really good. Okay guys, first up, I'm going to be making a lunch idea sent in by Cyan. She is from Chicago and she asked for a fidget toy inspired lunch. Now, my kids and I love fidget toys so much, and not only are they super fun to play with, but they can also be really satisfying, and they can really help with focusing, concentration, and can have a very calming effect. Now, I would love to know in the comments down below if you are a fan of fidget toys, which type of fidget is your favorite? Now, starting with Cyan's main course first, she requested a peanut butter and jelly waffle. So for this, I'm going to be using my big spreader, and I decided to go with the extra crunchy peanut butter instead of the smooth. Once I have that all spread out, it's time to pick some jelly. And for Cyan's lunch, the winner is strawberry. I'm going to add this jelly right on top, pop my other waffle on there as well. And you guys, already this is looking a lot like a real Pop It toy. But you know, to make this even better, I'm going to add just a few M&Ms, and of course I am going to arrange these in rainbow order. Check it out, you guys. I love how this turned out so much. It really does look like a fidget toy. And I did have the idea that if you didn't want to use M&Ms, you could swap them out for blueberries and make this a little bit better for you. Next, for Cyan's fruit, she requested an apple. To this, I just carved sort of a Rubik's Cube pattern. And then for her veggies, she requested some triangle-shaped carrots. And to go with these, I'm also adding a little bit of ranch for dipping. Next up, I'm also going to be adding some of these cinnamon churro Brazzi bites. Now, these are kind of like a Brazilian cheese bread, but this is a sweeter version. I'm going to add these to a baking sheet and then pop them in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. When these are done, they're going to be crispy on the outside, but also fluffy and chewy on the inside. And now for the drink, I'm going to be making some chocolate milk, and I'm actually really excited about this because I got this brand new clear milk carton drink container. It is so cute. To this, I'm just going to add some milk, some Nesquik powder. I probably should have used Nesquik syrup instead. Either that or next time I'll try using a funnel. That way I don't make such a big mess. Now I'm just going to blend this all together, screw the lid back on, and now it's ready to enjoy. And that brings us to number 1, which is the Mario mushroom. When it comes to birthdays, I really like to make each of my kids a super themed and kind of over-the-top lunch that include everything they love. So now on to today's lunch. This year, Griffin picked out Super Mario for his birthday party theme. So to go along with that, I'm gonna try to make him a Mario-themed lunch. And I have to admit, I don't really know that much about Mario the game personally, so I'm just gonna be trying my best. So starting with the main course, I've got out this loaf of red bread, and I'm going to be using this party decoration as kind of a template to make a delicious and cute sandwich. And yes, you guys, this is just going to be mayonnaise, cheese, and then this time I'm going to be adding some slices of pepperoni as well. Super simple sandwich, but this is what Griffin likes. So now that the sandwich is done, I'm going to move on to the fruit. For this, I'm using a combination of green grapes and strawberries. And I'm going to be adding these to a couple of skewers so that they kind of look like the fire piranha plants from the game. Now moving on to the veggies, I'm going to be adding a combination of carrots. I'm just going to take a huge carrot, I'm going to peel it, and then I'm going to cut these into slices. That way they kind of resemble the coins from the game. And then just for fun, I'm going to try my best at making these radishes look like toadstools. I kind of just cut around the bottom of the radish, and then I punched little circles around the top. I think these are so cute, although I'm not quite sure if Griffin's going to want to eat them or not. For Griffin's snack, I'm going to add some of these cheese balls, which are supposed to look like the fireballs from the game. And then for the sweet treat, I picked up some of these lemon Oreo thins, and I thought these would be perfect for this lunch because they're super easy, they're already ready to go, but they also kind of look like coins from the game as well. And now finally, to complete this lunch, I'm just going to add in an Honest Kids juice box in the fruit punch flavor. Now you guys, I would love to know in the comments down below, out of all of the lunches I shared with you today, which one is your favorite? I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.